Hey everybody, welcome to back the Dev Spot podcast. Today we won't be shooting from Dev Spot. We shooting from Dev and Angie's living room. I'm on baby duty. For some of y'all that don't know, I got two kids. I got one 22-month-old, and then I got one that'll be 5 months in a couple days. So I'm watching the 5-month-old while Angie laid little Dev down. So I got to do it in here so I can keep an eye on him on this little rocking chair. But still wanted to get this episode out for this last week of the season. I'm sorry we didn't get our weekly pick with the bros. Today, my boy D-Light birthday. Shout out my brother. Happy birthday, brother. Him and Rudy in Vegas right now. So we didn't want to do it without him. So we just decided I'm just going to do this episode on my own. But we will be back next week to do a special playoff episode. So tune in for that. But, you know what I'm saying? We just got a few topics to talk about since my bros ain't here. This won't be too long. Just had to get on and touch on some stuff because I've been, obviously, everybody see the AB situation. I just felt like it wouldn't have been right if I didn't come on and touch on what's going on with bruh and his interview. He did his interview on what was the interview? What's the platform? On Full Send podcast. So I don't know who them is, but I guess they I guess they popular people. And he did a whole hour and a half interview on there. And I'm telling you, he did himself no favors with that interview. I was on his side. I was on board with him because like the whole BA thing, his Bruce Arian, the Bruce Arian talking about he didn't know about the injury. AB showed the text messages. Now listen, I'm one of them people that if you do me wrong, if you do me bad, then I don't like. I'm not the type of person that's just gonna be like, oh, forget it. Like, no, bro. If it's fu, it's fu, and that's just what it is. But as far as AB go, bro, the way he handled it was not it, bro. You cannot. I don't care if he told you get the F off the field, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't care, but I still don't think the way you acted was fine, bro, because this is a job, bro. This is your profession. So if you leaving on national TV like that, you making it hard for you to get another job. You're making it hard for anybody to trust you. And at the end of the day, this is a business. Now I'm somebody that want to get into business with my fiance. That's our main goal. So I always look at stuff from a business perspective. And if I'm running a business and I got this guy over here that run the same type of business, but we just different people. And one of his employers do some crazy shit at the job and quit and tear up the office before they leave. Well, you can't come work for me because if I make you that upset, you'll tear up my office. Hey, you can tell me, oh, well, it won't happen the same. That's what you did over there, and we the same type of thing. If you not happy, this is what you show you'll do. So, AB, you got to be able to control your emotions a little bit better, bro. Now, if you would have just walked out, or if you would have just sat in the corner and been like, all right, I ain't talking to nobody, I'm just doing me, fine. But, bro, to strip all the way down, now you throwing stuff into the crowd, you egging them on. It's like you doing all of that and then saying you got an ankle injury. Now, I believe you. I believe your ankle is bad, but just look at how it looked. You running off the field, you basically doing jumping jacks, and then people supposed to say your ankle hurt, bro. And on top of that, when you're somebody that's been through numerous stuff going on, like all the way back to the Steelers, like back when Mike Tomlin was talking and you on Instagram Live while he talking, or just all the little crazy wild shit you did. Now listen, some of the stuff ain't as bad as they make it out to be. And no, you haven't harmed anybody, you know what I'm saying? But like the stuff you did with the Raiders, the stuff you did with the Pats, outing their owner on Twitter, like it's just certain things you can't do as a professional. And yet you get chance after chance after chance after chance, and you just keep blowing it, bro. Like I said, now if you would have just walked off the field and then posted the messages you posted to BA, we would be sitting here getting on BA and we wouldn't be on you a line, but you still got to be responsible for your actions and the things that you do when somebody affects you. You can't just say, my boss can't just be like, Devin, fuck you. And I just be like, all right, well, fuck this whole, I'm finna tear this shit up. And like that's just not how shit go. And if my boss told me, fuck me, then okay, I'm not working for this person no more. So I would probably quit, but I still would have to keep a certain level of respect about myself because if I do this here, if anybody else hear about Dev, they're not gonna want to hire me because of what I just did at that last job. You cannot just do that, Brandon. Expect somebody to pick you up. I would not pick him up on my team. Then on top of that, now you taking shots at Tom Brady, like, and I hate that I even got to do this because I'm not the biggest Tom Brady fan. I'm not a Tom Brady advocate. I'm not somebody that look at Tom like none of that. But in your situation, AB, he's literally got you the job at two different places after you did the shit with the Raiders and froze your feet and did all that other stuff and was getting into all them little different things, Tom Brady asked Bill Belichick to give you a shot. Then you went to the Patriots and did the shit that you did, and then out of the owner and all of that, and had about the whorehouse and whatever. And he's told them to give you another shot with his new team, bro. And then even after you did what you did on the field just this past week, he was the only one came in the press conference. I think we got to show him love. I think we got to support him. He did all he can. Now I seen you talk about on the podcast. Oh, him letting me stay at my house ain't that big of a deal. Okay, bro. If that's not that big of a deal to you, then fine. But him getting you a job, I think is a huge deal. And then you talk about why you playing on why you playing to earn your contract, bro. That has nothing to do with Tom Brady. The most he can do as the best player is say, "This is who I would like on the team. If y'all can make that happen, great." And once you get there in your contract, you think these billionaires are sitting down with players like Tom Brady and working out other players' contracts? I just highly doubt it, bro. Like LeBron is another player who got that type of power where it's like, bro, I want this guy, or could we look at this guy? But do you think these owners are sitting down working out the numbers with these players? They're the best of the best in the world we got right now, but they don't have that much power. Billionaires ain't listening to nobody on how to spend their money. What they spend their money on, maybe, but how much they finna give them, please stay in your lane. So Tom Brady, no, that's not his job, bro. And you put yourself in a position to where you're on earning deals because look at what you've been doing, bro. You done left every team you've left, the Steelers, which I do feel like a lot. Some of that was on Big Ben. I feel like Big Ben got a big pass, and you and Le'Veon got all of the backlash for that. I give you that. But then it's hard for me to keep fighting that when and you go to the Raiders and now you getting into it with the GM and you all of that. And now you leaving there froze your feet. And then you want to be posting a video, you running through the house all excited. I thought you was hurt. Then you go to the Patriots, leave there after a couple of weeks. Now you tweeting about the owner. Now you leaving the Bucks, and now you talking about Tom Brady, bro. If I'm anybody in the league after what Tom Brady did for you, even if it wasn't all the way real, why would I stick my neck out there for you now? As soon as you don't like what you see, you start talking about people. That's the type of people I like to be around. Me, I'm the type of friend, bro. If we friends, if we boys, what we go through is what we go through. I'm not finna be bad mouthing you now to social media or on my podcast because now we not as cool. That if that's the type of person you is, then I don't need to be around that. And AB is that type of person when things hit the fan or when things ain't going good. Now it's well, yeah, Tom Brady ain't really got my back, and I'm the best receiver over there. And bro, it's like, what is all of that for, bro? Your problems with BA. Why you taking shots at Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and them and Tom Brady? Stick with who you mad at, bro. You throwing shots at everybody. And then it's like, and then you on there talking about, why I'm not getting targeted like a number one receiver. Woo, woo, woo. So it was more than just injury, bro. So you was complaining. So that now two things can be true. Bruce Arians might be lying. He lying about the injury, but he could also be telling the truth about you complaining about target because that's what you was on there talking about. Well, I'm not getting targeted like a number one receiver. I'm still the best receiver in the league. This and that, bro. No, you're not the best receiver in the league. This is a what have you done for me lately? You on the podcast putting up your numbers, talking about I had 500 yards last year and this many games. Nobody cares, bro. These other players doing great numbers. When you was at your peak, you was at your peak. Could you get back to that if you was had the opportunity? Probably, but you haven't done it. So you can't be out here saying you the best player and this and that, and these people did you wrong. Nobody did you wrong, bro. Then you out here talking about you felt too sexy for your shirt, bro. This is not no fucking game, bro. This ain't no joke. You talking like this is just shit that you doing don't make no sense, and you taking it as a joke. And it's like it's only because you have a lot of enablers around, bro. And this is something that I really be wanting to touch on with the Black community. I feel like we done got to the point where it's like a lot of us don't want to critique another Black person for anything they do. It don't matter. Like some of us is willing to just defend each other no matter what we did, no matter if it was how bad the crime was or how bad it looked. It's like, well, they Black, so the white man must be doing this. And it's like, bro, the white people do stuff to harm Black people. White people do stuff to put us down, put us in bad situations. We have been dealt bad hands for the most part. I get all of that. I'm a real advocate for that. But at some point, bro, you have to be able to take accountability for your own actions. No way anything BA did was right. But for you to do what you did in response as a grown ass man, a 30-some-year-old man with kids, with bills and all, like it just don't make sense for you to be acting like that, bro. And it's like we have to be able to tell each other when we fucked up. I don't want to hang around you, bro. If I could just go to my job and strip down to my drawers and be running around the office, and then I call you and say, yeah, bro, my motherfucking boss told me to fuck myself. So I stripped down to my drawers, bro, and start running around the office. If you don't tell me, Dad, bro, you done lost your damn mind, we don't need to be friends. I don't need you on the phone. Yeah, bro, fuck her, bro. Yeah, you should have tripped all the way down. You did the right thing. No, you didn't. If you can't say you didn't, bro, we don't need to be partners. I'm not one of them type of friends. And obviously, them the type of people he got around him. That's he on there like, you need people that love you. Like you need people that's gonna be like, bro, no. If they loved you, they would tell you what you did was wrong. They would tell you that you have to grow up, bro. People gonna say stuff you don't like all the time, but you can't just act however you want to act. It's inappropriate, and I don't see how you play no more in the league. On top of that, it's sad because, bro, you really were the best receiver. I honestly think, nah, you probably the best receiver of our generation, like of the last like 5, 8 years, bro. Yes, bro, you up there. I think most would have to put you over Julio over like your numbers is ridiculous, but you will not get to reap the benefit the fruits of your labor because you out here doing cat shit and you think that people finna just keep picking you up. It's only so long this is gonna continue. And now your biggest advocate, you just told him basically to go F itself. So where do we go from here, AB? What do we do? What is it? What's going on? Like I don't really know. I don't really know. You talking about mooning the people. You just saying a lot of stuff that don't make no sense, bro. So until you grow up and realize, like, damn, I really blew this. I don't know what to tell you. Have you been dealt some bad hands? Have you been getting did wrong by some of these people? For sure. I'm not saying it's 100% on you. I'm just saying you need to take your role in this. You need to take your accountability, bro. And that's just really all I can say on it, bro. It can't be everybody else's fault. That's something that I'm learning in my own personal life. Some things got to be on you. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to decipher what was done to me and what did I do to myself. And once you can do that, you can decipher. All right, I'm taking responsibility for this, and okay, this is what happened to me. But until you can do that, bro, I don't really see where you go from here. But I mean, at the end of the day, you still one of the best to do it. I really do hope that you get it right, bro. I hope that you get checked on. I know everybody. I know we've been making the jokes on Twitter and on shit like that about like the CTE and CTE on you and this and that. Like, and it'd be funny from time to time, but at the end of the day, bro, from one black man to the next, I really do hope you get some help and you get right because the shit you doing is not something that you should be doing as no 30-some-year-old grown man, bro. I don't care about the millions. I don't care about if you was a broke, rich. This is just not the way you conduct yourself in life, in my opinion. So that's my take on it. I feel like BA and them, Bruce Arian is wrong, but AB, you wrong too, bro. You done did a lot of shit and you done lost benefit of the doubt. A lot of people don't care no more. That's the one thing about when you build up a bad reputation. Some people don't care no more what you got to say once you got that far down, but let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Let's move on to somebody in division that I think is lying, bro. Russell Wilson, my man. Boy, you're lying. You on here now, you talking about now you on here talking about some, oh yeah, I wanna win championships here. Oh yeah, this is where I wanna be. Bro. So why did you come out with this list talking about how it was these teams you wanted to go to, like you didn't know if you wanted to be with Seattle no more? I call bullshit on what you're saying because this was just this last summer that you didn't want to be here no more. That you had these 4 teams. You want to go to the Dallas. You want to go to. You want to go to that team. Great. And then y'all come out and y'all miss the playoffs. Have your first losing season since you've been there. Look horrible all season on both ends of the ball. What changed? What made you say, all right, last year I don't want to be there. Then you come in. I could see if this was Aaron Rodgers. The last summer they had all of their different shit. Now they're the number 1 seed and one of the favorites to go to the Super Bowl. And he's about to get back-to-back MVPs. So if he said, well, maybe I could stay with the Packers. You know what I'm saying? This would be, if they make it to the NFC Championship, I think they'd be their 4th in a row. So they keep knocking on the door. He winning awards. I could see him. You have no reason to be saying that. So is this just all fluff? And this is the same thing I was saying about Dame on my last episode, if you tuned into my Hoop podcast, when it comes to athletes, sometimes they don't want to look like the bad guy. And I get it. When you sitting here in these press conferences and stuff, and this is all hometown media, and somebody like Russ or Dame that been playing for a long time, like Russ been in the league, I think, what, 10, 11, 12 years? Same with Dame. So it's like when you've been there that long, you damn near know all of these people in the press box. You damn near know all of the locals. Russ know all the Seattle media. Just the type of person he is, I'm sure he had one-on-one conversations with majority of them. So he know them, and it's like, damn, bro, I don't want to be like that and mess up the mood. So it's like, I'm gonna just say this, or yeah, I want to win championships here. And then it's like you could make that. Oh, I did want to win championships here. It just didn't happen. Like you could. I don't think he want to be there. I don't see it. Like our division is getting better. They are the least talented team in the division. You got the Rams that's stacked. You got the Cardinals that got a lot of talent. The Niners got a lot of talent with a young quarterback that's looking like if he could ever get the full go ahead, could be real good. Why would he want to stay in this division? The hardest division in football with some of the better defenses in football. It's just it just don't make no sense. Like, bro, it's better options. Well, and I hate to say it. I mean, it's always the same. Russ could go to the Saints. Their division not that strong. But Tom Brady about to be 40, whatever, 44. He gonna be going in a minute. Atlanta trash. The Panthers, they cool. They got talent, but they ain't got no quarterback. So that's a way better division to go to. The Broncos, I mean, it's teams out there that you could go to and leave Seattle. I call his bluff, and I feel like if it's up to him, which it is up to him because he has a no trade clause. If it's up to him, he probably leaving Seattle. It sounds good, but I could be wrong. Like I say, with a no trade clause, there's nothing that they can do without his permission. So if Russell Wilson gets traded, that just lets you know he lied. He can't be like, oh, they pulled one on me, bro, and I wanted to stay and they made me go. No, they didn't. You have a no trade clause. So I feel like he will be playing for another team. If I had to put a percentage on it, I'd say I'm about 75 to 80% sure he will not be a Seattle Seahawk next year. I feel like he gone. I feel like that's over. And sometimes, bro, shit need to come to an end. And I ain't gonna lie, the other 20% is I hope that he do leave, bro. I'm tired of his ass. He like 17, 18, and 4 against us. That don't help the case neither. But I also really think that he's not happy there no more. You don't just put out a team. I mean, you don't just put out a list of teams that you want to go to just because, but just for fun. Like, I'm telling you, watch out for that. That's not a good look. But here we go. We got some big games this week. Well, not really a lot of big games, but we got a couple big games. We got 2 play and get in games. So let's start with the Raiders and the Chargers. They be playing Sunday night. Winner get in, loser, you know what it is. You be at the house. So that's a big game. Shout out D-Light and Bo. They're gonna be at the game in Vegas for D-Light birthday. But to me, honestly, I'm just giving y'all my opinion. I really do feel like the Chargers is gonna win. I do feel, and I know I was talking to my partner Dijon last night. He like, oh, bro, I knew you was gonna say that, but I really do feel like I love Justin Herbert. I feel like I said I came on here and said, other than Mahomes, I think he's the second best young quarterback in the league, and I feel like this is one of them games where it's like, oh, okay, like this is where he start to build his legend. Like, I mean, he already did it with the great rookie season. He had a great follow-up season, but this is where you start, okay, the game to get into the offs, and you start to build that legacy of, okay, maybe you can steal a game in the offs or just getting there, seeing what it's like. Now, next year you come back ready to go. I feel like I see a huge game. I see 350, 4 total touchdowns. He could have 3 passing, 1 rushing, or 4 throwing, however it shake out. But I see him having a huge game. I see him lighting it up. I see them taking that last spot. I just feel like the Raiders, like I said, they saying they might get Darren Waller back, but I just feel like I feel like it's been a little overhyped what they've been doing lately, like against some of these teams. That now last week against the Colts was a good win. That was definitely a good win. But I mean, you beat the Browns. That was you know what I'm saying? That was beat up. Like, I don't know. Some of the wins been a little overhyped. I don't think that they that good. I don't see them being able to slow them down. Now the Chargers defense is bad. Yes, I feel like we didn't gave them a pass all season here on dead spot. The Chargers defense ain't been talked about enough. Them niggas, them dudes cannot go like that. So the Raiders will have chances to score, and it could be a shoot. Like, you know what I'm saying? They could both put up some points, but I just know that Derek Carr, I don't care how many game-winning drives he got, bro. He do not win big games. He's in it. He's been in the league 8 years and they only made it to playoffs once. And he didn't even get to play in that one playoff game. So that lets you know he does not win big games. Because if he did, if he won more big games, they'd be been to the playoffs mode in these last few years. So it's hard to bet on him against Herbert. I got Herbert, and not a blowout, but I do feel like it can end anywhere from like I do see like an 11-point win. Like I do see that. Maybe a late score, maybe to pull it away or whatever. But I don't see the Raiders winning. I would be surprised if they do find a way to get it done. I mean, it is at home, but and they both two like kind of cursed teams. So we got to see like who cursed really gonna be the strongest. Really, is the Raiders gonna Raider this shit up, or is the Chargers gonna charge it up? I'm betting on the Chargers. That was my pick from the beginning of the year. I had them sneaking into the off. So we're going to rock that out. We're going to bring it all full circle. And for them to be able to beat the Raiders to do it, hey, man, lovely. Then you got my Niners, man. Now, listen, I know the Niners. I know it's like, oh, we got mind control over the Rams. I think we beat them last 4-5 times we played them. No matter who was the quarterback, we did it with Jimmy. We did it with the backups last year. We did it with, you know what I'm saying, whatever we need to do it with. But this week, it's like I feel good about it, but I'm still a little like nervous because I know how bad they would love to beat us and knock us out the playoff. After all of this, we got mind control over them, which we do. I know they come and playing hard. I know and they still got to try to win a division. So we got to be ready to go from jump, like from the first snap. And Jimmy, I think they saying it look like Jimmy might go. But this cannot be a game like the Titans where it's like if you feel in any type of way, you have to get yourself out the game ASAP, bro. It cannot be I want to stick in there with my guys. Oh, fuck that, bro. We're in win or go home mode. This is literally do or die. So if you're not ready to go, bro, we got to throw the young dude in there. I wish we could just get going with Trey, bro, so we could just start that era because I don't know, watching the game, and I know it was just Houston. But Houston had just beat the Chargers the week before, you know what I'm saying? So, but you could just see that in a game, Trey getting better. Throws Dan Orlovsky had on NFL Live. He showed a formation where a bunch formation where in the first half Trey was scared to even throw it because he didn't really he wasn't confident. Same play third quarter, he threw it on the money, got it. So you can see within the game him growing on the spot. Jimmy does not do that, bro. Jimmy's a quarterback that if he come out the gate and he doing cool and he gets some completions and shit going good, then he gonna have probably a good game. But if he come out the gate and throw a pick early or miss a couple throws, he get in his own head and then he's fucked up. So Trey might do this and they start coming up. Jimmy be right, and then if he makes some mistakes, he coming down. That's not good, bro. And the defense, team that we got with the weapons, with the versatile weapons, with Debo, with Kittle, with Mitchell, with Juice, Ayuk, like all these different weapons we have the perfect team for a mobile quarterback with a cannon. So you could just see how much our offense was opened up with Trey. I would love if Trey started, but that's not if Jimmy good to go. Like I'm not happy about it, but I don't feel like we don't have a chance to win. We literally just beat them 31-14 with Jimmy. So not just, but like when we played them early in the season. So it's not like it's, oh my God, we got Jimmy. I'm just tired of seeing Jimmy out there because I know that that's taking us one step further away from the Trey Lance era starting. So Jimmy could go win this game. Trey could go win this game. But if Jimmy go win this game, then they're going to be wanting to play him in the playoff. I'm ready for Trey to get going, get to the off, do what you're going to do in the off, and let's just trade Jimmy, get the cap room, and let's just see what we got next year, bro. People keep, and somebody going to say on Twitter like an idiot, what y'all going to do if Trey Lance ain't that good? What everybody else do that draft quarterbacks that ain't that good? Move the fuck on. Like, what are y'all talking about, bro? But we cannot not see. We done gave up 3 first rounders, so we don't have we don't have a first rounder next year. We gave up this first rounder. We don't have one in the next 2. So we got to at least see what he's gonna do for the next 2. Then when we get a first rounder, quarterbacks ain't that good in college right now anyway. By then, hopefully Bryce will be ready to come. Okay, boom, maybe get him. We'll just see. But I don't understand them type of questions, bro. You draft players hoping that they're gonna be good. If they're not good, you move on. This is what sports is. Why do people ask dumbass questions like that? Like, oh, what if he's not good? Well, then we're gonna be fucked for a quick minute. Then hopefully we can get some luck or trade for somebody or get somebody good in the draft. But we got to see. I think he's gonna be good. I feel good about it. As week 18, from my opinion, based off what the other quarterbacks and did and what I've seen, they all done played a lot more than Trey. I don't feel at all like we made the wrong decision. I don't feel like I've seen anything from any one of them four that's like, oh my God, like that's so special that I'm just wish we could have that. No, I'm not worried about it, bro. I'm not worried about it at all. So hopefully my Niners get it done. I mean, it is way we could get it, even if we lose. The Saints can lose to the Falcons. Now, I mean, I know the Falcons ain't got nothing to play for, but like that's the reason they made all these division games at the end of the season. Hey, you got a chance to beat your division rival. You got a chance to knock them out the playoffs. That's something to motivate to play for, bro. So hopefully they come out there and do their thing. But we're not really worried about that. We want to be the ones to get ourselves in. Like somebody said, man, it'll feel good if we get in either way, but it's a way better feeling winning and getting to the offs rather than losing and having help to get in. But either way, we'll take it. But I think we can get it done. I do think the Saints is gonna beat the Falcons. So it's really on us to take care of our own business. But we put ourselves here. We took a bad loss to the Cardinals. We took 2 bad losses to Seattle. The Titans lost. We should have won. So those are 4 games right there that if we could win, at least if we could at least split with Arizona, and we should have beat the Seahawks twice. We're not even here talking about it. We'd be up there for the division. But it is what it is. Shit happens, man. Shit happens. Let's get into before we do it, before I get into my tears and in this the Browns. Don't pay Baker, bro. Don't do it. He's not the guy, bro. You seen he's not the guy. Y'all had the one good little game last year in the playoffs against the Steelers, who was already falling off before y'all seen him. But don't nobody want to talk about that because people like to revise history. He's not the guy, bro. You cannot give him no Josh Allen money, bro. You cannot give him that. You can't give him nothing like that. You have to let him go and start over. Y'all been ass. Y'all could be ass for another year or two till y'all find another quarterback. I hate that people always be like, oh, well, bro, if you give up Baker, then what you gonna do? What we gonna do with Baker? So if we not gonna do that with him, bro, why not start this shit over and try to? Because the longer y'all prolong keeping Baker, the further y'all is from finding y'all next guy. Might as well start this shit over anyway, bro. Y'all ain't really got no good. I mean, People Jones cool, Landry cool, but they ain't like great. You still got Chubb who do his shit and Kareem, but bro, y'all not in a position to do what people thought y'all was in a position to do. So just keep building it up, keep paying your defense, keep Chubb happy, and just keep hoping you can find a quarterback, bro. See if you could get in the see if y'all could go get Russell Wilson or somebody. See, like just try to see what y'all can do. But Baker, bro, I'm giving that up. I wouldn't, ain't no way in the world I give him, bro. I'm starting over and just see what I get. But I just want to throw that in there real quick. Let's get to these tiers before we end this. Like I said, it wasn't gonna be too long since my guys ain't on here. Just want to touch on a few topics. Let's get into it. I had to change the name. These is the tiers playoff edition. This is the final edition of the tiers. So here we go. We have just happy to be here. We got the Raiders, the Eagles, the Pats, and the Saints. The Raiders, I mean, you know what I'm saying? All they've been through this year with Ruggs going to jail and fired the coach, they went through this and that. So for them to even be in a position to have a playing game is great. But if they do get in, cooked. They not beating nobody. They more than likely have to play they most likely play the Chiefs in the first round. They getting cooked just like they've been getting cooked all season. The Eagles, I'm really surprised that the Eagles made it there. I got to give them their flowers. Jalen Hurts, you did what you needed to do to get into the playoffs, but somehow, some way, y'all crying your way and y'all already clinched, but y'all cooked first round. No way y'all winning the game. The Patriots cooked. Hey, look, I know it was a good story. Mac Jones, he won all these games in a row. Bro, we've seen these last few weeks when he needs to throw the ball and then they need to keep him. I mean, he needs to make some plays to keep him in the game. So he couldn't do it. I don't see them winning no games. They cooked. The Saints, another team. Bro, I got to give y'all credit, bro. Y'all did your shit. Somehow y'all here with a chance to get into the playoff with no Mike Thomas all year. Fresh off the Drew retirement. Jameis was balling. He got hurt. Taysom wasn't really balling. And then he ended up getting out, having to go out. Y'all was out there with Ian Book, and y'all was still finding ways to get it done. Shout out to the Saints defense. Shout out to the Saints coaches. Shout out my guy Bear, real Saints fan. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been doing y'all shit. I gotta respect it, but I hope y'all rest in peace this weekend. Yes, sir. Keeping it moving. Could be dangerous. These 4 teams, I feel like if they get the right matchup, or no, not even if they get the right matchup. I feel like these 4 teams is teams that don't nobody really want to see, don't nobody want to play. Like they all probably not gonna be favored to go past the first or second round, but I do think that they could if it came to that. The Niners. I still to this day feel like the Niners have one of the most talented rosters in football. Now, like I said, this season we are 7-0 when Jimmy don't throw a pick. we are 1-6 for Jimmy when he do throw a pick. So as long as Jimmy don't throw an interception, it don't even matter about the rest of his stats. He just don't need to throw a pick. We have a good chance to beat anybody in this league. And there's no team that's just like, if you look at their roster and you look at our roster and say, there's no chance we can beat them. I don't think it's a team in the league like that. The coach is built out, bro. They got the running game, they got receiver, they got defense, they got everything you need. A lot of people don't believe in Carson Wentz. I believe in Carson Wentz. I think Carson Wentz, I'm not saying he's no superstar. I'm not saying that I still think he is what I first thought he was when he first came to the league going crazy with the Eagles, but he's still good enough to get the job done. And I do feel like the coach could upset a few people and make a run at some shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I do feel like they got action. Um, these other two teams are super young QBs, but I think they good. The Chargers, I just feel like when you got a quarterback as good as Justin Herbert that can do the things he could do on the move, the balls he could throw deep, all of that, like it's just too much. He got a few weapons. He got Eckler out the backfield. They got Joey on the other side of the ball. Like I just feel like they have enough to upset some people. And because they're so young and they're the Chargers, I don't think people are gonna be really expecting too much. Like so they could catch some people off guard. And then the Bengals, bro, the Bengals are the team I've been sleeping on all year. I didn't really believe what I was seeing, but you can't deny what they're doing, bro. They special. Joe Burrow is nice. I ain't gonna lie. Now listen, I'm still one of them guys that I gotta go Justin over Joe. I'm a Justin Herbert guy, but I see where y'all. I see the vision with Joe. I see the vision with the receivers. Hey, shout out to me because I was one of the guys that I've been meaning to talk about this on Twitter. I was one of the guys when they was, oh, y'all better not draft receiver early. Y'all better go O lineman for the Bengals. Y'all better go O lineman for the Dolphins. It looks like it's working out pretty good with these receivers that play with these quarterbacks in college, huh? I told y'all, Jamar Chase was the right pick from jump. He been killing. Higgins been killing. I think they like the only receiver duo to both have 1,000. Then they got Boyd, a hell of a third receiver. Then you got Joe Mixon in the backfield, one of the top 5 to 8 running backs in the NFL, bro. It's like, come on, bro. They cooking. They defense getting better. They just got to work on that O line. They first 3 picks, damn, there should be O line this year, and they'd be set, bro. But I do think with that offense, when you could go put up 40, you could beat anybody in football, and they could go put up 40. They could spread that thing out, and he could air that bitch out. So I think all 4 of them teams could be dangerous, but I don't know. Like it just all depends on like. Well, for one, for the Niners and Chargers, it just depends on can they get into the playoffs. They still fighting to get in, but if they get in, I do feel like they can make some noise. These teams are good, but can't trust them. At some point in the season, all 4 of these teams probably felt like they was maybe could be the best team in the league. All felt like they was probably going to the Super Bowl at some point, or came in with Super Bowl expectations for the season. But and they're probably all good enough to make it to the Super Bowl, but I just don't know if I can trust these teams when it really come down to when you get into these big games against these big time quarterbacks. I don't know. At first on the list, we got Arizona. I ain't been on board with Arizona all season. I had them at the top of my tiers for a few weeks because they was the undefeated. They were doing what they needed to do, but I did not believe. I still don't believe. I know JJ coming back. They saying D Hop coming back, but I think that they getting cooked, bro. I do. I really do believe that. The Bills, I hate to have them here, but it's just been too up and down all season. Like you literally turning into tuning into a Bills game, not knowing what you're gonna get. We just sitting there like, all right, Josh Allen gonna go crazy today, or Josh Allen gonna throw 3 picks today. Like we never know, bro. So when you that up and down, when you that inconsistent, your run game ain't really killing like that. Like your defense is good, but sometimes be bush. Like it's too many questions. Dallas, Dallas and that. And the funny thing is, one of them is gonna have to win because I think Dallas and Arizona probably play each other in the first round. So I don't know, but I just feel like Dallas. Like I picked them to beat Arizona a few weeks ago. They was riding high. Arizona was on the downfall, and they just lose. Dallas just do not know how to take that next step. They don't know what. I don't know what it is. You got a talented ass receiving core. You got a good quarterback. You got running backs. You got everything you need on both sides of the ball. Their defense was, I think, the number 1 scoring defense, and yet they just don't win big games, bro. I don't think they have a win over a team with a running record. What was they say? It was a stat I seen that said like over their last 6 games against teams with winning record, they're 0-5 or 0-6 in them last 5 or 6 games. That's horrible, bro. So it's like I don't trust them moving forward when you're looking at good teams they got to play. And then the Titans. You still got Ryan Tannehill as your quarterback. He had a real down year compared to what I thought he was going to do based on what he did last year. Derrick Henry's supposed to be coming back, but we don't know what that's going to look like. He's been out for weeks. I mean, he is a freaking nature. So if he was saying he was ready, I would throw him out there as a coach because Derrick Henry, he's a different specimen. But I can't really bet on that. Julio, we don't know what he's going to be looking like. They saying he's supposed to be coming back. I don't know if they have enough to beat some of these better teams when it comes down to it. And if they do, they do. But I don't feel good about them at all. Then we got Super Bowl or bust. These is two teams that I feel like coming to the season, they definitely thought they were going to the Super Bowl. They have to get to the Super Bowl based off of a lot of different things. We have the Rams, obviously. I mean, you trade your quarterback that took you to the Super Bowl for along with some picks for a quarterback that has never won. I mean, you traded all these picks for Jalen Ramsey. You traded for Von Miller. You didn't try to do your best to turn this into an all-star team. And I get it. I am pro fuck them picks. I really am. But they didn't got to the point where it's like now you just keep making moves, you keep giving up picks, giving up picks. You have to get to the Super Bowl. There is no in and buts about it. Like if they don't, it's gonna look like a big failure. They're gonna look like massive disappointments and like fools. Now it's still year one, so I'm not saying it's over with for the Rams, but it's gonna look bad, bro, when you gotta be paying all these people and you ain't gonna have no money to really keep improving. They're gonna be coming back to the table with the same team. So what can y'all do to then become better if y'all not improving in those spaces? You know? So it's really kind of like if you don't get there, it's gonna be a tough summer for them. It's gonna be a tough summer with a lot of tough decisions to make. And the other team is, even though I know they won it all last year, I would say the Bucks, because when you have Tom Brady, for one, having Tom Brady is always pretty much Super Bowl Bucks when you have one of the best players. But as old as he is, it's like how many more years do he got at this? Who knows? And then they brought their whole starting lineup back on both sides of the ball. So the money is tight. They gotta make some tough decisions this summer. If they don't get to the Super Bowl and win, it might not be all that money around for everybody. You're gonna have to make a lot of decisions. Chris Godwin that he hurt, is you gonna bring him back? Probably not. AB not coming back? Probably not. So it's like you got Mike Evans. How you gonna fill them guys in? Who do you decide to keep in your backfield? Do you pay for Fournette? Do you pay like who? What are you doing? You got the defenders that's young and coming that need they check. So it's like you need to win right now because you need to capitalize on what you got. If you could get two out of this, and then you got to let go of some people, and then you say, all right, we didn't really. That's good enough. Two rings is good enough. But I feel like if they don't win, and it's like when everybody winning, it's like, yeah, we gonna do what we gotta do to stay. Once y'all start losing, niggas, man, I'm trying to get my check. So I think that could really mess things up if they don't at least get back to the Super Bowl. But with that being said, I don't think either one of them is going to the Super Bowl. My Super Bowl favorites, which is the top tier, would be the Chiefs and the Packers. Yes, I'm rocking with the Chiefs, which was my preseason pick, and the Packers, which was I had took the Niners, and I said that if it was Trey, I didn't feel that comfortable with it. So my second option would be, if I wasn't picking my home team, would be the Packers. So this was my backup Super Bowl from the beginning of the season. The Chiefs and the Packers. I just feel like every other team got too many questions. I know the Packers always get there and then get right there and then they fold. But I think this is the year that they could probably get over the hump and get it done. So if they can't get it this year, man, it's cookies. And then just to make my prediction for it, when we get there, now you know what? I'm gonna say that for next week when I get on here with the bros. But listen, thank you everybody for tuning in. Just wanted to get a few topics out there, but hope y'all like it. Let me know how y'all feel about this on YouTube, on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you reach out to me at. Everybody have a good day. Peace.